Hi folks, how are you all doing today? Today we will be understanding about design components on Thunkable, right? So how many categories are there? What are the categories of components, right? And in each category, what exactly you can find, right? So all these things we'll be understanding in today's session, right? So all about design components of Thunkable, we can say, right? So before starting off with our today's session, I would just like to remind you all guys that please do go back to my channel and do watch all the playlists in sequence, right? All the videos in sequence for understanding the concept and the content better. Along with that, if you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel, right? So yeah, let's start with our today's session without any delay. Okay. So design components are basically used to design the app, right? And without design components, definitely you can't really design any app. Yeah. So we already know about few components so far. We have been using about text input component, and then we have used button component, label component, right? Text to speech component. This is one of the invisible components we've used, right? And these are the visible components we've used, right? So, but these are only not the components which are present on Thunkable, right? There are so many components on Thunkable. Let's first understand what are the categories, right? And then we'll explore each category. Okay. So let's see. I'll just minimize this section so that you can see all the categories over here, right? So these are all the categories which are present on Thunkable. Okay. So first one is user interface. In user interface, you get all user interface related components. Okay. Then layout related components. Then voice, image, data, location, sensors, social, authentication, and monetization. Okay, so these are the categories of components which are available in Thunkable. Apart from these, you don't have any other component on Thunkable. Okay, so only the ones which are listed over here are available and they are available for use, right? So apart from these things, you can't really get any other component. Okay, so in this category, we have so many. It's not like this is only the one, right? So in this category, we have so many components like this. Okay, so like you can see till rating, we have these many components, right? So in user interface, we have button, label, text input, which we have been using so far, right? And we have list viewer, web viewer, switch, slider, alert, canvas, loading icon, date input, time input, PDF reader, data viewer list, data viewer grid, rating. Okay, so all these are the components which are present in user interface, right? Then we have layout. So top tab navigator, bottom tab navigator, stack navigator, drawer navigator, screen, row, and column. Okay. So what each component does and how to use them, we'll see that, right? But first, let's understand what are the components present. Okay. So in voice, we have sound, text to speech, speech recognizer, translator, assistant, audio recorder. Okay, these are all related to voice, right? Sounds or not. So that's why. And then image category. So image, photo library, camera, barcode scanner, image recognizer, right? Animation, video, video recorder. Oh my God. So all are related to image, video, and all. Okay. So then we have data, local storage, real-time DB. Real-time DB is real-time database. Local DB is local database. Airtable, Web API, MediaDB, File Picker. My God, there are so many. Yeah. So in location, we have map and location sensor. Then sensor components, we will be using some of the sensor components in our apps. Timer, accelerometer, gyroscope, magnetometer, Bluetooth low energy. Okay. Then we have social, share component and push notification. authentication, sign-in component is there, monetization, AdMob interstitial, AdMob rewarded video, AdMob banner, in-app purchase. Okay, so these are all the categories, and along with that, I've read out all the components which are present on Thunkable, right? So apart from these sensors and the components which we have, you do not have any other component. Okay, so exploring some very common components today. Okay, let's just see the user interface components. Okay, because these are the mostly used components uh, in any app, most probably, right? So we know button, label, and text input. Text button is a clickable component. Label is to display some text on the screen. Text input is to get the input from the user. List viewer, right? Like the name itself suggests, to show something in the form of a list, we use list viewer. Okay. So and then web viewer. Web viewer is like a mini browser which is present in your Thunkable, right? So it works like a mini browser, right? So some other day we'll be doing using web viewer and we'll create an app. And then switch is a component. It's just like, I think the in theme changer we have used switch, right? So then I need not drag it and show you. Slider component, we all know, like when you want to change the values for something, you can use slider component. We have used this in our app development course already, right? So if you have not watched my app development series yet, please do go back to my channel and do watch app development first, and then you can come back to Thunkable. Okay. So alert component, then alert component is basically for creating alert boxes on the screen. Canvas component is like to show animations or to show image elements or the graphic elements. We use canvas component. Then loading icon is just like the buffering screen, right? So for that icon we have this. Then date input, time input are the inputs only. Then PDF reader. So if you want to read the PDF things and all, so if you have some PDF related things, you can use this one. Okay. Data viewer list is like this has some different formats where we can actually view the data, right? So there will be some formats we can use we can pick some formats from among the given list, and you can use this. Data viewer grid is this is list format, right? This is grid format. Okay, there will be few predefined formats which we can use to continue with the designing and all. Okay, then rating is just like the normal rating thing. I'll just drag it. So it's just like the rating value 2.5. We have the count. We can add images. Okay, iOS star is added actually. Then direction, font size, icon margin, rating color, background color is given. Okay, so let's just live test and check. Like you can see, 2.5 was the value, right? That's why it is just giving 2.5. Okay, so let's say the value as 5, then it should show 5 stars. 5 star. Okay, you can change the color of your stars actually. Let's suppose I want to show the rating color in red. This is red color stars are shown. Okay, so text input is something where you can type something and give the input. Buttons are clickable components, we know, right? So this is how your user interface components are, and we have just seen about each of the component in one single line today, right? But not only just telling about these components, we'll be using them in our apps in the coming future, right? So, yeah, these are the few components which we have learned today, user interface components, right? So in the next session, we'll create a app, right? And then we'll check how can we use components, few components which we have learned so far. Okay. So we'll create apps and we'll understand the usage of these components and all. Okay. So for today, I hope you got to know what are the components which are present on Thunkable right now, and how many components are there, right? And what can be, like, how many possible categories are there, and what are the possible components you can actually get from Thunkable apps, right? So all these things we have understood today, and this is all for today's session. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, Folks Hub. Thank you so much for watching this video, and bye bye. Have a great day, all.